Ayo and the Fire Mountain. It was the hottest day the jungle had ever seen. The river beside Ayo, the hippo's home, had shrunk into a tiny stream, and even the parrots were too tired to sing. "This heat is ridiculous," groaned Brooke the cat, fanning herself with a giant leaf. Then the ground trembled. Rumble. Everyone froze. Far beyond the jungle trees stood Fire Mountain, a giant volcano that had slept for hundreds of years. But today, smoke curled from its summit. Glowing cracks spread down its rocky sides. And suddenly, boom! A blazing fireball blasted into the sky. "Oh no," whispered Emeline the Elephant. "The volcano is waking up." Animals everywhere panicked. Monkeys swung through the trees screaming. Birds filled the sky in enormous flocks. Even the crocodiles hurried into the river. "If it erupts," said Jenson the Rhino, "the whole jungle could be destroyed." Ayo swallowed nervously. "Then we stop it." The friends quickly packed supplies and raced toward Fire Mountain. The closer they came, the hotter the air became. Ash drifted down like gray snow. Aisha the Flamingo soared high above the jungle. "There's lava flowing down the northern side," she called. "And the bridge is gone," barked Xavier the Dog. Sure enough, the wooden bridge crossing Lava Gorge had collapsed into a pile of smoking timber. "We'll have to jump," said Tristan the Tiger confidently. Brooke peered down at the bubbling lava below. "I hate this plan already." One by one, the friends crossed. Tristan sprang effortlessly to the other side. Jenson thundered across with a mighty thud. Emeline carefully balanced over the remaining beams. But halfway across, Xavier slipped. "Aha!" His paw slid towards the edge of the lava. Without thinking, Ayo lunged forward and grabbed Xavier's tail in his mouth. Got you!" Working together, Tristan, Emeline, and Jenson pulled them both back onto solid ground. Xavier collapsed, breathing heavily. "That," he said shakily, "was far too close." The volcano rumbled again. Boom! This time, lava burst high into the air like a fiery fountain. "We're running out of time," said Emeline. At last, they reached the summit. But what they found surprised everyone. The volcano wasn't erupting because it was angry. It was blocked. Deep inside the crater, a gigantic boulder had become wedged in the main lava vent. Pressure was building beneath it. "If the pressure keeps increasing," explained Emeline, "the entire mountain will explode." "So," said Ayo, "we just move the rock?" Everyone stared down at the enormous boulder. "And exactly how?" asked Brooke. "Are we supposed to move that?" Slowly. Everyone turned to look at Jenson. The Rhino blinked. "Oh no!" A plan quickly came together. Aisha and Tristan would keep falling fire rocks away from the others. Xavier would guide everyone along the safest paths. Brooke would wrap giant jungle vines around the boulder. Emeline and Ayo would help keep it steady. And Jenson would push. The mountain shook violently as everyone took their places. Crack! Rumble! Boom! "Hurry!" shouted Tristan as flaming rocks crashed around them. "The vines are tight!" yelled Brooke. Jenson lowered his horn against the massive stone. Then he pushed with every ounce of strength he had. "Nay!" Nothing happened. "Again!" shouted Ayo. Everyone joined in. Emeline leaned with all her weight. Ayo shoved with his huge hippo shoulders. Xavier pushed with all four paws. Even Brooke and Aisha pulled on the vines. Slowly, very slowly. Grrrrnd! The boulder moved. Only a little, but it moved. "Keep going," shouted Emeline. With one final mighty effort, the stone rolled free. Whoosh! A roaring column of fire, steam, and smoke blasted safely through the open vent, shooting hundreds of meters into the sky like a giant fiery chimney. The mountain trembled one last time. Then, silence. The lava settled. The smoke slowly faded. A cool breeze swept across the jungle. "We did it," whispered Aisha. "We actually saved the jungle," Brooke said with a smile. Jenson flopped onto the ground dramatically. "I am never pushing another mountain again." Everyone burst into laughter. When they returned home, the entire jungle was waiting. The animals cheered louder than ever before. Monkeys tossed bananas into the air. Parrots sang songs about the heroes. The elephants sprayed fountains of water in celebration. Someone even unveiled a giant statue of Ayo. He looked at it for a long moment. "Why does it have tiny ears? And why is it smiling with 7 teeth?" laughed Tristan. "I don't even have 7 teeth showing," Ayo replied. The friends laughed together beneath the stars as the cool evening breeze finally returned. Far away, Fire Mountain glowed gently against the night sky. Peaceful once more, at least